Hello everyone. Our today's topic is properties of fresh concrete. Okay. So in today's lecture, we will study about the properties of fresh concrete. Then its determination of test for determination of workability. What is meant by segregation and what is meant by bleeding. So let's start our first topic, that is fresh concrete. What is meant by fresh concrete? So when concrete is mixed and ready for placement in the formwork or in mold, is called as fresh concrete. Okay. So there are totally three properties of fresh concrete. In that, first, workability, segregation and bleeding. Okay, these are the properties of fresh concrete. So in that, let's see what is the workability. So workability of a concrete is defined as the easy with which concrete can be placed in the formwork and fills the formwork completely by flowing, and the easy with which can be compacted is known as workability of concrete. Okay. So the opposite of workability is harshness. So a workable concrete will have a uniform color and the aggregate will be lubricated with sufficient cement paste so that the concrete can be easily poured into the fills easily the corners of the formwork or mold. So whereas the harsh concrete will be stiff, it will be hard to the pour and it will have to be forced by rodding to fill the formwork completely or to fill the corners of that formwork. So it can be easily seen main factor controlling workability is the water cement ratio. Okay. Then let's see the factors affecting workability of concrete. So there are many more factors which affect the workability of concrete. So in that, first is water content. So it is the most important factor of workability, and workability is increased with the increase of water content, in case of water content, and it is measured in kg or liter per cubic meter of concrete. So we can express the relation in terms of water cement ratio. If the water cement ratio is small, it indicates high amount of cement which is helpful for good strength, but the small water cement ratio is responsible for lower workability. So if proper compaction cannot be achieved, concrete will not be that much strong as desired. So in the other hand, if the water cement ratio is increased, the workability and compaction problem will be solved, but there may occur some other problems like bleeding and bleeding, segregation, and loss in compressive strength. So hence an optimum water cement ratio has to be maintained, balance the workability and strength of that concrete. Okay. The next factor is mixed proportion. So mixed proportion in that the rich concrete mix, that is cement content, is high, so it's more workable because due to the sufficient cement aggregate will have the proper lubrications for easy movement, which means more workability. Okay. The next factor is size of aggregate. So in that, finer particles require more water for a large surface, hence aggregate with finer particles need more water to make the concrete is workable. On the other hand, bigger particles have less surface area, demand less water for wetting surface, and they require less amount of paste for lubricating. So bigger particles give higher workability for fixed water content, but maximum size of aggregate depends on the some particles considering like handling, mixing, and placing and equipment, concrete section, and spacing of reinforcement. Then next factor is the shape of aggregate. So In that the different shape of aggregate like rounded aggregate, flaky aggregate, elongated aggregate, and angular aggregate. So irregular shape and rough texture of angular aggregate demand more water than the round shape aggregate. So for this fixed volume or weight, rounded or sub-rounded particles have less surface area and less weights, and they have the less friction resistance too. Hence, round-shaped aggregates shows the higher workability than the angular, flaky, and elongated aggregates. The next factor is surface texture of aggregate. So, the aggregate with smooth surface are more workable than the roughly textured aggregate, and this roughly textured aggregate shows high friction and segregation and beside non-absorbent aggregates are more workable because porous and non-saturated aggregates demands more water than the aggregates which are non-absorbent. Okay. The next factor is grading of aggregate. So in that, well-graded aggregates tends to seal off voids and early get workability. So less amount of water can make it workable. And if grading is better, then there will be fewer voids and excess space will be available to give better lubricating effects. So due to this paste, the mixture gets cohesive and prevents segregation, and it also makes it get compacted easily. That is, from this to increase the workability. Okay. Then the last, use of admixtures. Okay. Next factor is use of admixtures. So there are some admixtures which can improve the workability. Some admixtures are mixed intentionally to increase the workability, and some admixtures increase workability as a side effect of its main purpose. And then one more factor is time. So fresh concrete stiff with time and lost workability through it not exactly sitting and getting strength at all. After mixing concrete, some water is absorbed by aggregate and some may be lost by evaporation and some may be spent for initial chemical reaction. So in that the time is the most important factor which affect the workability of concrete. And one more factor is temperature. So higher temperature reduce the workability and increase the some losses. And some loss is less influenced by temperature in stiff mixture because this type of mixture is less affected by the change in the water content. Okay, these are the different factors which affect the workability of concrete. The next point is test of determination of workability. So for this test, all these tests are comes under the IS 516, okay, Indian Standard 516. So these are the different tests which determine the workability of concrete. So in that, first test is some cone test, slump cone test. Then second one is compaction factor test. Then VB consistometer test, and last one test is flow test. Okay. So in next lecture we will discuss about slump cone test.